Cancer, I like this. Yes, now remember what goes up will come down. No. Cancer, I like this. Long, no. Word. Peace. How we doing out there, world? How we feeling? Big shout out to all the early birds out there. Where the early birds at? My early birds. Get some people in here. Cancer, I like this. We'll give it a couple of minutes, let people tune in and tap in and get the ball rolling. Cancer, I like this. What's going on? Peace, power, prosperity, family. How are y'all doing out there? Y'all already know what time it is. Bitcoin Block really coming to you once again with an early rising show of coffee and crypto. Yeah, a big opportunity. You get a little bloodbath, Miss Lakeisha Vaughn said, I have my daughter start her $5 a week on Cash App until I show her experts. Beautiful. You're definitely setting her up for a financially stable future. Beautiful. And what we have in front of us today, everybody, are discounts. XRP at $290. You know what I mean? Sold under $200. Bitcoin at $110. Each back down to 44. Well, they're not back on 45 now. It was 4,400. Damn, they even. Back up around 4,500. So these are dips. Right? Now let me show y'all something. Let me show you where people get misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you where people get messed up. Let me show you something. People often get scared because price dipped down and oh my God, it's coming down, and you know what I'm saying? So just remember back here when price was $71,000 Bitcoin, right? And it dropped down to 48,000, right? Let's say you would have bought it at 60,000 thinking that was the bottom. And it drops another $10,000. right? Remember, you still bought it even at 60 at a $10,000 discount from 70. You know what I mean? Don't always think that you're going to get the very best discount, and because you chose to buy at that point, that should be the bottom and it shouldn't go down anymore. Right? That's the wrong way to look at it. Remember, we also be looking at accumulating, right? We need to get out of the instant gratification phase, right? And start thinking how these companies in these countries are thinking. And start thinking family reserves. All right. I want people to get out of the trading mindset, right? Think about it like this. Just think about the gold rush, right? Think about the gold rush. Think about when people was going to Cali, getting gold, right? Right. Think about that. And think about if, as they was finding the gold, they was just selling it. They find it, sell it, find it, sell it, find it, sell it, find it, sell it, right? Who do you think the long-term beneficiaries were of those days? Those that sold the gold or those that hold the gold? Huh? The sellers or the holders? Those that, let's real quick, least we forget, right? Least we forget. Let's just go to gold. Let's look at gold on a yearly chart, right? Let's look at gold on a yearly chart, right? Close that out. There we go. Let's look at gold real quick. Go back in time. Let's go back in time. Let's go. What is this? Gold. '40s, '30s. So look back here, right? Wait, what? Hold on. These are the '30s. Yeah, because this is a yearly. So that's the 2000s, right? 15, 21, 04, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. Okay, 1912. Got you. 1894. These are the 1800s right here. These are the 1800s. Up until 1932. Remember, this is the 1930, 1932, 1933. Right? What happened? What very significant happened in 1933? Does anybody know? Very significant. You had a gap. What very significant happened in 1932, 1933? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me? What happened in 1933? Exactly, young Strizzle. Removed from the gold standard. We're taking off the gold standard, right? Take it off the gold standard. Up until then, the gold was $20 an ounce, right? Now let's see. When was the? Hold on. Let's get some time in here. When was the California gold rush? That's what we're living in right now. Gold rush. All right. Let me see. All right. 1848. 1840 to 1850 was the gold rush in California. 1840 to 1850 was the gold rush in California. So 1840 to 1850. So right around here, it was still $20 an ounce. Now, gold is $3,377 an ounce. So who do you think benefited and profit from this area of the gold rush? Those who are buying it and then quickly selling it, but those that held and continue to accumulate gold, right? Who do y'all think was the biggest beneficiaries? The traders or the holders? I'm gonna wait for some answers. Who y'all think the biggest beneficiaries were? Traders or the holders? I'm trying to get y'all to see something, right? Trying to get y'all to understand something, right? The holders. Come on, that's not hard. It's not hard to tell. Dogon, son, big homie, what's the word? Hey, it's not hard to tell. The holders were the biggest beneficiary and still are to this day the biggest beneficiaries. Exactly, Empress Frequency. Those that accumulated. Those that chose to accumulate. So now, right? Now, if we're looking at Bitcoin being digital gold, right? And the way you look at it, right? This is how you look at it. When Bitcoin goes down, it's easier for you to find the gold and get more. When it goes up, it makes it harder to find the gold and get more. Y'all get the analogy? The lower Bitcoin goes, the easier it becomes for you to snatch up that digital gold. Way easier. The higher it goes, the harder it is to accumulate those units of digital gold. Y'all understand? Do you understand? So even though the green charts give us a euphoric feeling of happiness, right? It's really the red charts you should be rejoicing in, or for, and rejoicing in. Yeah, rejoicing in, right? Y'all understand? Y'all understand? Now we got Crow. Out of everything on here, Crow's coming back to life for my long-term Crow holders. You know, we got Trump Media to set up a Crow strategy in a $6.42 billion deal with Crypto.com. So for my long-term Crow holders, this may be your time to shine. It may be your time to shine. All right? We're going to get into that in a minute. Yeah, more stats for less. So always remember that analogy, yo. In fact, I'm going to go to school and teach that today. The lower Bitcoin goes, the easier it is to get your hands on that gold. It's in soft dirt. You get what I mean? Stick your shovel in and goddamn it, a couple of pieces come out. Every time you stick your shovel in, the lower it goes. All right? The higher it goes, it's almost like trying to dig through what is it when is it permafrost? What is it when the ground gets frozen? Is it permafrost? I may be wrong. So let's go back. Let's remember. The gold rush, right? The gold rush. In fact, hold on. Let me just show you this real quick. Hold on. Let me show you this real quick, right? This right here probably make more sense. And I'm gonna turn on the closed caption so that I'm gonna turn on the closed. There we go. The Bitcoin Block Bully is live right now. Oh, no, this is yesterday. Oh, no, this is Sunday. 713 views. I need to monetize my page. But let's look at something real quick, okay? Let's look up a $70,000 a day Bitcoin mining. And I want you to see how he opens up. Okay? Hold on. You make sure the closed caption is on. What? Hold on. What did you just say? For those that are on YouTube, if you can't hear it, just read the captions. What did you just say? Hold on. Let me pause it right there. Right now, the world is basically in the middle of a second gold rush. Right? Hold on. Well, let's go back. What did he say? I just want y'all to mentally get this. Hold on. What did he say? One more time for the folks in the back. One more time for the folks in the back. One more time for the folks. It's Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. It is Bitcoin. All right. So now we got that out the way, right? Let's go back. He just said, hold on, one more time. It's Bitcoin. It's not gold this time. Remember, first gold rush was January 24th. Started January 24th, 1848. So the California gold rush ran from 48 to 55. Right? From 48 to 55. Okay? 48 to 55. That's when the gold rush started. 48 to 55. All right? Now, where we're at right now is in a second gold rush. All right? Second gold rush. Like I said, when it goes lower, it makes it easier to dig. All right? Easier to dig. So 40s. Once again, who do you think made the most money during the gold rush? Those that digged and sold, found and sold, right? During this area when it was $20 an ounce. Or those that bought it and held, or mined it and held. Remember, $20 an ounce versus $3,000 an ounce, right? Generational wealth. Generational wealth is what we're looking at, all right? Bitcoin drops under 109,000. How low can Bitcoin go next? The Bitcoin bulls are still feeling the heat from a giant liquidation cascade. How much can they lose before a BTC price rebound kicks in? Bitcoin is teasing a break down below all-time highs at 109,300. Where BTC price action head next? What do y'all think? Where y'all think we headed? What y'all think? It goes on to state that crypto traders are ready with the BTC price targets as bulls nurse a 13% pullback from all-time highs. Bitcoin's trend line, hold on, zoom in a little bit so y'all can see a little better, is in danger. Bitcoin's latest dive took BTC USD below previous all-time highs, first seen in January 2025. That psychological level now hangs in the balance, but it's not the only nearby level that observers are concerned about. Various SMAs, simple moving averages, and EMAs, exponential moving averages, are at risk of getting flipped from support to resistance as price struggles to halt its decline. BTC has broken below the 100-day EMA on a daily chart. That's not a good sign and could open up the door for a deeper correction towards 103,000. Historically, every drop below this EMA has led to a short-term pullback. I'm watching very closely and hoping Bitcoin reclaims this level soon to keep that uptrend intact. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView shows the 100-day EMA at $110,820. The 200-day SMA, meanwhile, a classic bull market support line, sits lower at just under 101,000. Now, the last time Bitcoin versus US dollars traded below that trend line was in mid-April. Now, the speculators tip as BTC price safety net. As Cointelegraph continues to report, some market participants have much lower BTC price targets in mind. These include a retest at $100,000 mark and even a drop back into five-figure territory. And this is thanks to a combination of weakening on-chain metrics, such as trade volume and relative strength index divergence. Y'all, what are they looking at right here? What are they looking at right here, y'all? What about taught y'all to identify? This right here is what we were taught to identify. What is this right here that y'all see? Huh? Yeah, I give y'all, bi-daily updates to the new money makers that y'all record. So y'all should already know. But what is this right here that y'all looking at? Higher highs in price, lower highs on the oscillator. What is this? Where my students at? There you go, Dewan. Bearish divergence. Exactly. Bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. You're seeing it. My man. My man. Correct, CC. Bearish divergence. For Axel Adler Jr., a contributor to on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, Bitcoin's speculative investor base may be what saves the market. The nearest strong support zone in the 100K to 107K range, where the STH realized price and SMA 200 intersect. Adler referred to the aggregated cost basis of short-term holders, defined as entities holding for 6 months or less. In bull market, the cost basis often functions as a support during pullbacks. Below that is an additional support around $92,000 to $93,000, a deeper support level reflecting the cost basis of short-term investors who held coins for 3 to 6 months. This has become a key second line of defense if the market loses $100,000 to $107,000 level. Bitcoin has sparked several major liquidation cascades in recent days as long positions get pushed. So what you're seeing is salute, Wealth Stu. What's going on? What's going on, Casper? Peace, peace, peace. Yep, that's bearish divergence. Exactly. Bearish divergence right here on the daily. Now, let's go back and take a look at Bitcoin, though. Right? A couple of things that I noticed. Right? Number one, on the monthly. Notice Bitcoin's monthly versus Ethereum's monthly. Right? Ethereum's still looking bullish, while Bitcoin is looking quite bearish. And what's interesting about that, right? If we were to look at a possibility of a pullback, right? Let me see, what am I right here? There we go. If we were to look at a possibility of a pullback, let's see. Where are we at right now? Let me pull some tricks out real quick. Let's see. If we were to look at our last swing high to swing low, look at that right there. Look at this area right here. Hold on. Right, look at these fib lines. Look where your last resistance was. Hold on, it's going to be even more better with the line graph. Right there, boom. Right there, right? Now, if Bitcoin is going to come back to retest this previous breakout right here, right? It would make sense that we failed here at the 200 spot, right? Put it back on the wicks. See, look at that. Rejected from the 200 spot Fibonacci retracement level right here, which is this line, right? So it would make sense that we would pull back down to the 1618, which is around 102,000. You know, 100,000 psychological level. You know what I mean? 100,000 psychological level, right? It would make sense, in my humble opinion. So one should already be preparing themselves for if and when that happens. You know what I'm saying? One should already be preparing themselves for if and when that happens. All right? We failed the $122,000 mark. Now, that's the thing, though. If we pull back here and get a bounce there, right? We do something like this, right? Hold on. Let me show you. We do something like this and then break through this mark. This is your next area of interest right here. Right? These three lines. That's 137,000, 144,000, and 155,000. All right? This would be your third golden pocket. First one being the 382 to the 618. Second one being the 1272 to the 1618. We blew through that one. In fact, look at how, let me show you something. Look at how we reacted in that second golden pocket, which is between here and here. You ran up, hit the top, ran down, hit the bottom, came up, take out the top, ran up, hit the new top. We're going to come down, hit the bottom, come out, come back up, take out that new top, hopefully. And then that's going to put us in between the $137,000 to $155,000 range on Bitcoin. Okay, big possibility. Big possibility. Now, if we choose to dip further in the retracement, at that time we can look at around 91K. All right? At that time we can look at around $91,000. Okay? So be prepared. Be prepared. Now, check this out. It's interesting that these medical facilities and these medical companies are getting into the crypto space and starting treasuries, right? There's another small medical firm that plans on a $400 million Solana purchase as crypto treasury trend spreads. What have I been telling y'all? What have I been saying on my Instagram? If they create a treasury, you create a what? Can somebody tell me? And can anybody give me the psychology behind that? Can somebody share with me what I've been telling y'all on my Instagram? Huh? Can anybody tell me what I've been telling y'all on my Instagram? If they start a treasury, you do a what? Huh? If they start a treasury, you do a what? What did I tell y'all? What's going on, Chicago Educated? Peace, peace, peace. No, come on now. There you go, Jay Black, a bank. Remember, if they start a treasury, you start a collateral position. If they now, of course, you're not. So y'all are all right too. You definitely want to have family treasuries. You definitely want to have family treasuries. But if you see these companies create a treasury, then you want to create a collateral position. All right. So you got Solana coming to the world of the treasuries. Remember, we had BTC, Ethereum, SUI, Solana. What other treasuries are there? Let me see if we can look them up real quick. Let me see if we can look them up real quick. Let me see. Crypto treasuries. Let's see if we can find out what all kind of crypto treasuries are. Let me see. Let me see. What? Let me see. Hey, you can't put your headphones in. Let me see. What all treasuries? I wonder if we can find a list. There we go. Nah. Sharplink. No. This is it. Sharplink Gaming. This is it. You got Sharplink Gaming #1. Let me see. Ethereum Foundation. Actually, these are all the treasuries. You got Hedgic, who we're going to be going over Thursday night, the options trading platform. These are all actually treasuries. Benki. Because a lot of these crypto platforms are treasuries in and of themselves. Look at this, Polkadot Treasury. But these are not the quote-unquote institutional treasuries, right? Why so, though, for the medical field? No, it's another medical company that just, hold on, what was it? Medical. I think it's a medical company that started the SUI Treasury. Let me see. Okay, Sharps Technology is doing the Solana. Let me see. Healthcare stock surges. Hey, that's another thing it is doing. It's pumping those stocks up too. But let me see, who else? Somebody else just created a treasury too, and it's not Solana. All right, so the first healthcare company to establish a Bitcoin treasury with an initial $20,000 was Prenetics. They were the first medical company, right? Healthcare company. But there's a couple of them in this space. Let's see. Yeah, SharpLink is gaming though. That's gaming. They just bought a whole bunch of ETH and more ETH. Let me see. Yeah, see, just an hour ago, SharpLink buys $250 million in ETH, raising total holdings to nearly $8,000. No, 800,000 shares. Excuse me, 800,000 shares. Rand Waken says they bought 56,533 shares. It was Litecoin. It might have been Litecoin. Let me see. LTC Treasury. Let me see. Yeah, it was. My man. Good looking on that, Indiana. My man. Yep. Me Pharma. Right? Out of San Diego. Or the news came from San Diego, right? But now look, you got medical facilities, medical companies. Nephew from the go, what's the word? Peace, peace, peace. And then, like I said, you got Trump media coming out, right? And remember, for those that may have forgot, Crypto.com is now the name of the, what stadium is that they bought in California? Somebody remind me. Because it was big news when they did that, but the coin didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? It actually tumbled after that. Let's take a look at Crow real quick. Let's take a look at Crow. Here we go. There we go. So you had an all-time high here of about 70 some odd cents. You know what though? This only goes back to 2022. Let me look at crypto.com. See if we can get the old chart. So now it only goes back to 2020. I know that. What's after the high? Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, where the Lakers play. You're right, Jay Black. Where the Lakers play. Let's take a look real quick. Up 25% on the day. Let's see. All right, let me see. Here we go. Historical price. Let's see. So yeah, almost 4 years ago, it was 2021. Their all-time high was 96 cents. All-time low was 6 years ago at about a penny. It's all well, ZMG. All is well. Chicago freshman class, what's going on? Peace. Y'all really, for those of you that are just coming on, y'all really want to go back and listen to the very beginning of this. Okay? You really want to go back and listen to the beginning of this. We definitely drop some gems on the psychology of how you want to think when you're in this space. All right? Now, always remember, fellow supercharged money velocity for velocity. Connecting businesses and individuals with a global pool of funds to supercharge the velocity of money through seamless financial services powered by our Web3 Plus ecosystem. Y'all, in my humble opinion, this is a could be and may be short to long term better investment than XRP. Once again, these are my opinions alone. It's not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, so please don't take it as such. All right? But I'm thinking on the basis of medical charting companies, are they going to put medical records? 100% medical records are going to be stored on the blockchain. Look, this is what y'all got to understand, right? Outside of money, the blockchain is just for record keeping. All records are going to be kept on the blockchain. Birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, treaties, laws. The blockchain is the new record-keeping technology. That's what y'all really want to understand. All right. Blockchain. All right. Let's see. Let's already look. In fact, I shared this a long time ago, years ago, right? Let me see. What is it? Illinois birth certificate blockchain. Let's take a look real quick. See if I can find that old story. Let me see. 2017. Yep, here it is right here. This should be it right here. Bam. Illinois launches blockchain pilot to digitize birth certificates. Look at the date on this. Published August 31st, 2017. And I shared this in real time on this day, right? Back in 2017 when I was doing the same thing I'm doing now. Coffee and crypto, right? Exact same thing. Everything is going to go to the blockchain, yo. You play it, the easier it is. Play it by levels and play the big picture, and it's hard to lose. 100%. 100%. I agree with that. All right, y'all. This gotta be a short show though. I gotta get a short show today. I gotta get about it, get to class. I might go back live a little bit later. But always remember, the lower price goes, the easier it is for us to dig up gold. There's an activist in Chicago where the city changed her mom's deed and stole her building. Wow, interesting. Send me the information on that, Miss Brianna, if you can. Think it was when you was going over the secret network, DNA, ID, birth certificate. Yeah, I think I brought the story up a couple of times, but no, I specifically shared it on my Coffee and Crypto back in 2017. Like, yeah, the Staples Arena. That's what they bought. The Staples Arena. That's who Crypto.com bought. But yeah, I'm trying to go back live, y'all. I appreciate everybody that was able to tap in, tune in for this very quick early rising show for the early birds of Coffee and Crypto. Until the next one. Love you all. Peace, power, and prosperity, family.